On this edition of Hidden History, we're going to talk about World War II and German prisoners of war. During World War II, there were 6 million Americans serving overseas. This left a shortage of labor here in the United States, and so the federal government decided to bring German prisoners of war from Europe over to the United States to work on local farms. Many of them did that, and local Frankenmuth farmers, they could actually rent these POWs out to come work on their farms. Some of the work they did was using sugar beet knives like these to harvest sugar beets. And you can see with this long, kind of sinister looking prong here, that this prong was used to stab into a sugar beet, which then they could use the machete to top the sugar beet. So these are some pretty sinister looking knives that could also be considered weapons. And the fact that they gave these to German prisoners of war says a lot about the situation that they were in here on local farms and the relationship that they had with local farmers. So prisoners of war like Carl Jung, pictured here, they built pretty special relationships, especially with Frankenmuth farmers, because they could speak German. And this was something that they didn't get on all the other farms in the area. And so Carl, after World War II ended, went back on the outskirts of Frankfurt to live with his family. And he wrote letters back and forth to Otto Herzog. And these letters contain some pretty illuminating facts about the end of World War II and what the situation was like in post-war Germany. In some of the letters that Carl Jung wrote back to Otto Herzog in 1947 and 48, he said things like, quote, "Life is hard and difficult for us. The price of urgently needed necessities is 10 times higher. Grocery rationing is tight. Meat and butter we hardly know anymore." And then he speaks of another situation when his wife fell seriously ill from heart spasms because of anemia, brought about by the long-term lack of proper nourishment. And the next weeks and months will be catastrophic if we do not get help from abroad, end quote. So you can get a sense from those quotes and from these letters of what the situation was like for Carl and his family. And Otto actually read these letters and he decided to respond. He responded by sending care packages overseas. They contained things like 25-pound bags of flour, lard, dried meats, foods, things like that that could help nourish the family again. These knives and these letters, they may seem like pretty simple artifacts, but they tell some very deep and rich stories about World War II. 2 stories about enemies during World War II who built some long-lasting relationships well after the war. This is just one small piece of local history here in Frankenmuth during World War II, and we have a lot more stories to share with you. Please come visit us at the Frankenmuth Historical Association and see our museum right on Main Street.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And make sure to click that bell icon to stay notified when we upload new content. Videos like this are only possible because of viewers like you. To help support this channel, click on the link in the description below. We'll see you next time.